Hi, this is Mrs. Howell to remind you or to give you a heads up on what is left for your seventh graders science projects or assignments. We only have 5 weeks left, so I would like to give you a heads up on what will be assigned for them that would include that would show their final grade. So since IB has 4 criteria A, B, C, and D, there should be a grade for each criteria so that we can ManageBack can generate a grade for them for this quarter, as well as for the end of the school year. So what you're seeing on your screen right now are the summatives that they will be taking in the next week. I've covered this with them already in the last 2 weeks. I'm just showing this to you in case your child just needs a little bit more of a push. The project that we're doing does need work at home, and the project is due on Friday. They've had a couple of days to work on it at home and school already, but they do need to work on it at home. So here is the summatives. I gave this piece of paper to your student. It should be in their notebook, and I've explained this to them. Here's criteria A, and there are 2 summatives that are available in criteria A. They should have an infographic in their notebook, and if that's complete, the highest grade you can get is a 3. This I'm grading on Tuesday. And I did tell them that if they have an incomplete infographic, they can come during lunch or after school and they can copy my notes. Should be an easy 3. And then in the criteria A2 is the project. The project that they'll be doing, part of that has to do with criteria A. Now I'll talk about this later. And criteria A's project summative, the possible grade that they can get is an 8. On to criteria B, there's 2 summatives that they can do. One is the planning and investigation, which is basically multiple choice on variables and hypotheses, and that's going to be a Google form, and we're doing that on Tuesday, but the highest grade they can get for that is a 4. If they want to get higher than 4, they have to do the project summative, and part of the project summative covers criteria B. The highest grade they can get is an 8. For criteria C, for the next 4 weeks, we are going to do Positive Prevention Plus, and we have a notebook, a workbook, and it has daily homework for them to do to get a grade for criteria C. And the highest grade they can get is an 8. They have to do the daily homework of the Positive Prevention Plus workbook, and they will need to show that to you, and then you'll need to sign it off for me to give them credit for that one. For our criteria D, there's 2 summatives that they can choose from. The project summative has a criteria D section in it. The highest grade they can get is an 8. And then there's also a reflection on my learning in science in the last quarter of 7th grade. The highest grade they can get on that is an 8. This, they've been reflecting on their learning every week, every Friday on Google Classroom. There's a Google Doc, and they're supposed to fill it out. So if you don't know what this is, ask your student to open up Google Classroom and show them reflection on my learning in science in the last quarter of 7th grade. And they should show you the different weeks that we've been doing. So with these, they get to choose their highest grade for each criteria. And then once they've chosen it, we add them all together, and then they will find out their grade boundary and their MYP grade based on page 10 of their planner. Let me see, page 10 table for your grade boundary. And then with that too, they can see what their FCUSD grade would be. So that's the summatives. Let's go to the project summative. project summative. This is the project summative that they will be doing, and if you can just read it through with your student. We've read this twice already last week, and these are the criteria. Focus on the success. These are the things that they're supposed to be doing. They have to design an eco-friendly school by the river. They can either do a Prezi, a Powtoons, or a poster of that. They have to define what ecosystem services are. They have to define what the 4 different types of ecosystem services are. They have to identify 4 types of ecosystem services in the riparian habitat and explain examples. And then one of them should be water purification. So all of these we have put into our notebook. So their notebook should help them. If they've been paying attention in class, if they have been taking notes, then this should be an easy thing for them to do, because all of the things we've done is in their notebooks. And I've told them that if they don't know how to do Prezi, if they don't know how to do Powtoons, then they should do a poster. So no matter what product that they choose, not one of these products gives a higher grade. The main thing that I'm grading is if they have all of these. Included in the grasps is the rubric. So this grasp and rubric is in Google Classroom. So have your student open up Google Classroom. And here's the rubric. Here's how I'm grading the project summative. It's for criteria A, B, and D. All right, so hopefully that explains on what they need to do. This is the last week that they have time to do the summative, because we are starting Positive Prevention Plus on Friday. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to email me, and I will email right back. I have told your student that I'm available after school. They just have to tell me if they're coming after school, and I'll be there for them. Thank you.